Okay. So as I already said, this is a Boolean type of creating a variable. So let's move to the next, how to declare. So I'll use the same student. Then this time around, I'll create a string variable. So in creating a string variable, we use this double quote or single quote. So inside this double quote or single quote, then you type your information that you want to store. So this is a string data type. So we've talked about one, two, three, four. So this is a string. So I want to create an array. I want to create an array with the same variable student. So in creating an array, we first use the keyword array. So the array followed by this. So within this array, then we can store our information by using single quote or double quote. So maybe first, then so the number of this thing you want to store. Okay, so this is an array type. So with the array, we then move to, it's not talk about the null and object. Okay, so let's create a null variable. So in creating a null variable, we use the same. Then you use this null to define this variable, student variable, as null. So it's either we do this or we do that. So which means the null is not case sensitive. So this is a null variable. So now, and this is a null. Then let's try to create um, an object variable. So string students, then equal to. So we have an inbuilt function which is my it's a database or my SQL function. So I want to create an object of it. So I want to create an instance of it. So uh, student the new. So the class was my SQL I. So with this, I've created an object of this class or function. I've created an object. So then I can use everything that is within it. So if, for example, I have a variable inside or information that I want to pass, I can use the same or the information within this. We've not gotten to this part, but this spare me and lets me use this. As we move further, we will try to appreciate the object very well. Okay, and so this is an object. Okay, so one thing about variable is that when I create a variable, for example a, and I create another variable a like this first variable a is different from the second one. We hope you understand. So let me try. Let's try to prove something. Okay. So I want to create a string variable. So equal to then this quote, double quote. Then I'll put this is uh, first variable. Okay. So this is the string that I passed in. So I'll create another one and I'll just give second. Okay. So I want to display this information. I want to display the first one to show that this is not the same as this. We can use a condition statement, but we are not up to that place yet. So let's try to use our simple echo to differentiate. We can use a condition statement. When we reach at that place, you get to know more about it. So I want to display the first variable. Then I'll display, let me display the first variable. So when we want to display something, we use the word echo. So echo, I want to display this variable that I created. So I just call the variable with the $sign, then a. So this time around, when I call this variable, it comes with the information within it. Okay, so I'll save it. I want to run to see the outcome or the output. So let's take this to as opportunity to learn how to run a PHP file. So I'll open my file. So let me go back to this PC, then begin from that place. So I'll open my local drive C, then XAMPP. Look for a file with the name, a folder with the name htdocs. Within it, I have my PHP file here. So I have my PHP file here with the name variables.php. So I can right click and choose open with. So I'll choose a browser. Okay, let me open with Firefox. Okay, so this is it. So before we can have a look of what is going on within our PHP, first we have to change from the file up to the htdocs, and we have to do it local host. That's the name of our server. So local host, then forward slash, then variables.php. Then so you see this is the first variable. So as we echoed the first variable with the small letter, lowercase letter, we had this as the outcome. Let me increase my web page. Okay, so we have this. This is the first. Let me change it and make it capital or the uppercase A. I will save it, then refresh. So as we see, second variable. Please hope you understand. So this is the variable, string variable. So let's try to do something with the um, different other types of variables. So I will not echo this one again, but I'll continue. PHP is a loosely typed language as compared to other programming language, which is strictly typed language. It's a strict type language. As for those, if you want to define an integer variable, you will begin with maybe the data type int followed by the name of the variable, maybe a. Then you assign your value to it as maybe 2 followed by this. As compared to data PHP, you just come by with our dollar sign, the name of our variable followed by this. So the PHP will then, the server will then have to check and see the type of data based on the value that you assign to it. It will determine the data type. Okay, so I'll create a new variable p with a data type 2. Then I'll create another one c with 5. So I can echo the first one, which is b. I'll save it, then move to my browser again. I have it here 2. So I can perform an operation with this. So I can say maybe b plus. So I want to perform addition with the new c. So meaning add b and c and display it. I'll save it, then refresh. I have 7 as the answer. So we can use PHP to do calculation, being it simple or complex. So as this, we can, let me save it again, multiply, we have 10. So with this, you can even write a simple program to even do our calculations for us. So with the help of an HTML, we can create a form to accept some inputs, then we'll perform the calculation, then display it to the user. So those who did the maths, we have equation of a line, equation of a circle. You can then take the values, substitute it in the formula, then we display the final results to the user. So this will sometimes reduce the stress of our work. Mm, I want us to use this simple distance to um, I want us to do something small mathematical distance. I don't know. Mm, okay, let's choose. Um, let's take an equation of a line, for example. So let me take this one out. Okay. So with the equation of a line, we have the formula to be something like this. Um, y is equal to mx plus b. So let's try to perform simple where is the gradient. So let me try to, okay. So we want to use PHP to write a simple program that we use to calculate equation of a line. So we know that you take the x and b um, from the user. So assuming that we have our x, let's assign a value to it. Let's assign a value. So let's take our x. So we create a variable x and let's assign a value to it. Um, maybe 2. Then we'll create another variable b and we'll assign maybe 1 to it. So if this was to be our program, you just take this input from our user. Then with this, we can write a simple program. So we know that when we want to calculate for the gradient or the slope, is either the x over the b or b over x. So you create another variable for m. Then, so you can say um, maybe the x variable x divided by b. So in programming, when we want to divide something, we use the forward slash. So divided by the last sign b. So this is the gradient. So we have the gradient, then we can now write our equation. So we can say a new variable y is equal to our m, which is our new gradient, multiplied by, so we use the asterisk sign as multiplied in programming, multiplied by our x, so our variable x, then you add it to our variable b. So to have a correct output, we have to separate this one from this in a bracket form. So we have this. So you can then say echo Y. So I'll save it, then I'll refresh. So this is the Y value of our equation. So this is how we can use a simple PHP to write some basic programs. So if you want our Y value of within our equation of a line, you can use this. You can write a simple program. Okay, so let's move back. So we have the object, we have the we've created, we've learned about variables today. I had someone calling.
Yes. Have you undone it? Maybe
Yeah,
you want to copy
okay. I was trying to
of
show
a line.
how
Don't
I was trying to show how we can use PHP to write a simple program.
you can let it be there, or you can, what do you call it?
Okay,
Comment it.
this so
You don't, you can,
this is a sample. So we can use it PHP to design a nice calculator application.
wow.
So
But
assuming we have
everything should be
assuming we have a form, you take the input from the user and assign it to X. You assign the second one and assign it to B. Then it will perform this operation for us. Then it will display the results.
okay.
So
Okay, thank you very much. Move on.
today we learn about how we learn about variables and data types and how we can create variables. And we learn how we can use variables to perform simple mathematical operations. Um, I don't know, Mr. Kon, Mr. James,
Yes, yes.
I don't know what is tomorrow's um, topic that we'll be treating.
I'll put the course outline in the group, and I'll also give it to you so that you check it.
Okay, but we are done with um, data types and data variable creation. So we can then move deeper and deeper into this course. So during some of our lectures, we will combine it with HTML to do some operations for us.
Okay.
So I'm trying to check from the group.
Gilbert,
Hello.
the first video, okay? The
Okay.
first video, you have to save it before you
Mm.
convert this one. Else that one, I don't know whether it
Um.
has finished. Save
Yes,
it for us. The first check,
it's already
check
saved.
if it's finished. You can
Okay.
call it
So
this one too.
tomorrow is
The first video.
um. Yeah, I've saved it. I've saved it. So we will learn about constant PHP constants tomorrow. We learn about PHP constants tomorrow. So how we can declare a constant too is a type of variable, but we have a PHP inbuilt way of defining a constant. So constant does not change. So if you want to create a variable that does not change, so tomorrow by God willing, you learn how to create a constant. Then you dive into operators. Operators like the basics, something like this. How we divided this, we multiply this, and the rest. So these are the operation or operators. So we will learn that into details
Okay.
I God willing tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and we have to call it a day.
Thank you. Too. God bless you.
Okay.
God bless you.
Please, hope is there any
Someone is saying
question?
Can I share my screen? I help. My question is that I
Okay.
was installing. I've not finished everything.
Okay.
I want to share my screen that can help me set up.
Okay. Okay. Then you can share your screen.
Okay.
Um, okay, you can share your screen.
Okay. Please, can you see my screen?
Yeah. At this level, you've
Can
done with the installation of the XAMPP, and it is
yes.
running. So you have to save your PHP file in the XAMPP. When you go to your local disk, see you have a folder named XAMPP. Maybe you can try whilst I'm saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there.
So see, you have a folder called XAMPP. You open it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Within it, we have a folder name with the name htdocs.
Yes.
Open it. So
I've seen that.
within that folder that you store all your PHP files. Otherwise, when you store it in a different location, you won't have access to it, or you can't run it as a PHP file.
Oh, okay.
So within that folder is our server.
Okay.
Okay. So when you want to run the PHP file to, you just open your browser. So starting from your local drive, see XAMPP
Yes.
then htdocs, you give it a name localhost. Then if your file is in
Okay.
another folder, then the name of that folder with a slash, forward slash, then the name of the file, the PHP file, dot PHP. Then you can run your PHP file. So if it's not in the folder, localhost with forward slash, then the name of the file, dot PHP. Hope you've understood.
Okay. Yeah, that is very clear.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hope that is all. There's no question again.
Yes.
Okay. And we'll call it a day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.